Hello. Hey guys, so welcome back. This is a recap for week 7. I'm going to show you guys how to rig up a model. We already did this one for Snom right here, but I actually went and imported a new one. I modeled this myself, kind of just off screen. This one is called Snowrunt, and you can see that I've already rigged them up, so we're going to kind of do a quick overview. So once you have it, here's my Snowrunt collection. Once you have it, what you want to do is you want to go to the modifiers tab right here and apply all the modifiers that you have for that object. If you don't feel confident that what you have is complete, duplicate the object, and then on the duplication, apply all the modifiers, and then keep the other one as like a save state. So for this one, I actually did something a little different. On Snom, the last time we did it, we applied all the objects to an armature. And I was going to do that this time, but when I went to go and do it, both the eyes and the mouth don't sync up with the object, and they parent everything into the bones, and it makes a mess out of things. So, for example, if I go and do this, and I select them all, and then I say, all right, I want you to be parented to the bones. I'm going to choose armature deform because I already have the weight paint set up, and I'll show you the weight paint later, just after. So now when I go into object mode, select pose mode, and I go to move the object, both the eye and the teeth move because they're parented to the skeleton. So it doesn't work like it should. Um, so I'm going to go back out of that and unparent this. And I think the way to fix that right is to have the teeth and the eyes be parented to the body. Keep transform, and then have this, and the triangles, the hand, the coat, the body, and the armature, and then parent that and see if that works. Armature deform. And now when we go into pose mode, see if that works. There we go. So now we've got our character, and he is all paired up. And basically, if you don't have this done with my character, it was a little more complicated because the weight paint was not working for me. So I had to actually manually weight paint everything. But when you go into Control P like that, so when you go into Parent, you're going to want to do with automatic weights for your character to see if that works. And typically, you'll get something that looks along the lines of this. So we'll go into one of my objects, and we'll go into weight paint mode. So the way I have it set up, usually it'll kind of have a gradient, but the way I did this was I only assigned one bone to the coat, and whenever he moves his upper body, the coat moves with his upper body. So another one that I did is I did the trim piece for this little blanket that he's wearing. I'm gonna go in here so I can just hop through and show you. Now that one moves with this one piece, so that's all red. But like, for example, the body, it would kind of look like this. It's kind of like has a gradient, and the red is being affected by whatever that bone is. So right now it's set to bone 1. You go into the vertex group, and it says bone. So this main bone right here is gonna affect this area based on red, yellow, and green, and then blue. So blue is not going to be affected at all. Red's going to be very affected. Green, kind of. Yellow, more kind of. And then as we move bone 1, which is the foot, and bone 2, which is the other foot that I have. And then I have the 2 different hands. So I have bone 3 and 4, which controls hand 1 and 2. So now when we go into object mode and I select the skeleton and I put it into pose mode, I can press G to grab, and it actually moves the object. Actually, these hands shouldn't be parented to the armature. They should actually be unparented. because of how it does this, because this bone is parented to that bone. Okay, so there you go. I'm back. I got it fixed. What I did was, let's shrink that. Hold up, make sure it fits. Go net. So what I did was, I went into the bone, and then I went in here and I cleared the bone collection. So this is not part of the same collection. And then when I went to go, I repaired it. So I took the hands, pressed P, parent, cleared parent, and then these were two objects that were outside, and then I reparented them back to the armature with the existing deformation, and that managed to get it to work. So now they're all good. So now we can move these in pose mode without affecting anything else. And that doesn't deform anything going on here or here. We can still move the legs and the top of the head, and everything moves with it. So that's going to be it for our quick little recap. I hope that helped you guys, rather than just kind of go on like an hour-long video and you kind of just follow me. This is kind of like a quick, like, step-by-step how I did it. And especially with this one was a lot weirder than the other ones. Like, I had to, for example, we had to parent the eyes and the teeth to the body. Otherwise, we were getting that weird deformation. And then the coat, the hands, and the triangles and the trim, they got parented to the skeleton in a specific order. So, like, the trim had to be turned into a mesh group, and then that had to be parented to the skeleton and re-weight painted. But yeah, if you are struggling, go back to the first video maybe, and you'll get your answers from there. And if not, maybe you need a quick, concise answer, then maybe come here. So I hope that helps you guys, and I'll see you guys in week 8, which will be our last week. I will go over kind of how we set up our scene more, and how we're going to animate these guys. So I'll see you then.